ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ అనే అంశం పైన మాట్లాడవలసిందిగా ఫార్మర్ మెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ద లోక్సభ కొండ విశ్వేశ్వర రెడ్డి గారిని రిక్వెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నాము. సార్ ప్లీజ్ మీ డేస్ మీద ఉండి మీ సందేశాన్ని అందించవలసిందిగా కోరుతున్నాము. ఒక్కసారి చప్పట్ల మధ్య ఆయన్ని ఆహ్వానిద్దాం.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్, అందరికీ నమస్కారం. అధ్యక్షులు దివేష్ అనిరెడ్డి గారు, మాజీ అధ్యక్షురాలు చెల్లా కవిత గారు, మేము ఇండియన్ కవిత చెల్లాక, అట్లే మురళి గారు, వారు కూడా మాజీ అధ్యక్షుడు. కానీ పెద్దలు డిపి రెడ్డి గారు, వారు ఇండియాలో తెలంగాణ ఉద్యమం చెంది కలిసి పనిచేసినాము. తర్వాత ఎంతోమంది మాజీ మెంబర్స్, ఇక్కడ టీడీఎఫ్ ఇండియా రాజిరెడ్డి గారు, ముఖ్యంగా మన ముఖ్య అతిథి మనందరికి తెలుసు, తెలంగాణ ఉద్యమంలో ఎన్ఆర్ఐ పాత్ర కూడా పెద్దగా ఉండేది, ప్రొఫెసర్ కోదండరామ్ గారు. అందరికీ నమస్కారం, గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్. అయితే టుడే దే ఆస్క్ మీ టు స్పీక్ ఆన్ ది రోల్ ఆఫ్ NRIs in skill development. So, I don't want to give too much gyan. I only want to share some of my experiences because I was involved in skill development. But I was not involved in skill development as an NRI. After I came back to India, I was involved in skill development in India. So the role of NRIs, what I see is, primarily your job is to make us proud. See, our Indians have gone abroad and are so successful, and I see that being here, I see that is the most important role. The most important role for you, I think, is to be successful, make your families happy and successful, and contribute to your elders who are here and take care of them. I think that's your primary role. But everybody wants to do, after being successful, they want to do something more than that. So how you can contribute back to the country where you are born. So there are many ways to contribute, and some of them can be quite frustrating. And skill development is one of those. If you try to do skill development, the chances of success is not very high because that's the toughest area to take care of. Many governments with tens of thousands of crores budgets have failed. Many NGOs have failed. And so skill development definitely is very, very challenging, but of course, it's the most rewarding as well. The other things you can do, healthcare, education, and even in education, trying to improve the quality of education is more difficult than trying to improve the infrastructure in education. You can build a toilet, build a school room. These are some things NRIs can do easily. But trying to improve the quality of education itself, it's a very, very tough challenge. We experimented with Khan Academy type of school where remote videos can provide better education than the local teachers. So that's in education. Now skill development is even more tougher because skill development also is a form of education. So how do you help develop skills in India? First of all, what are the skills you should develop? In a fast-changing world, if you teach him welding, it'll be outdated. Because everything nowadays, more than half the welding in India is being done robotically. If you teach them painting, if you teach them, whatever skills, carpentry, all these, they're being manufactured. Hardly any furniture we see. So what skill exactly are you going to develop? Are you going to help them develop computer skills? So firstly, we do not know what type of skills we want to generate, and governments have spent tens of thousands of crores. For example, in the villages, they have about 23 or 24 courses per student. You provide skill development program, the government pays you 10,000 rupees. Many are misused, but even those are used are only by industries which already have a factory running, and they give those skills that are required to this factory. But trying to give generic skill enhancement has not been successful. One of the areas where skill development was successful is Hero Motors, which manufactures motorcycles. So they told them they taught a skill development course on how to assemble the gearbox. So that is very useful. So having said that, the only skill that will prepare them for the future, I think, is the communication skill. I think that is really, really important. And how are you going to do that? Being an NRI, once again, very challenging. So 2 ways I think NRIs can contribute. You can donate your money or you can donate your time, or both. So donate your money unless you have you're sponsoring a tutor here who helps them impart the skill of communication or whichever skills. So it merely amounts to donating money. But if you really want to donate time, I don't know, you will be busy with children and your families and your ways of life. And but some of them do fine. So weekend, if you pick a group of 10, don't try to have a goal saying that I'm going to enhance the skill of 1,000 people or 100 people. Pick about 10 or 20 people or 15 people from whoever, from your circle, from your village, and then spend a weekend afternoon on video conferencing or something like that, and then you can enhance, help them in their communication. My personal experience is, I came back from United States and I've been here. I came in the early 90s, and in 2006, after 15 years, I thought I reached a lot of my goals, and that's when I started my skill development, because that's when I started having time. And it was an 18-month program with 18 different skills: painting, welding, cooking, car driving. So 18 different skills. And one of the fun thing was mountain climbing, because it gives them, make it fun, and also it gives them a confidence. Once you climb a mountain, you feel thrilled. And so that was the most successful thing I ever did in my life. And that's also the most rewarding thing that I ever did, because I really feel, if you ask me what have you achieved, I think I can say that I had each batch of 15 people, and I used to train them in all these skills, and they became better than most engineers. But even better was how we chose those 15 people. We put advertisement in Vikarabad and Chevella, and small advertisement. So we had 15 openings, but 400-500 people used to come for the interview. And we told it's an 18-month program, and we had 3 tests. One was exposure, aptitude, knowledge, and basically we asked questions on, about general knowledge: where is Delhi, where is Bombay, and things like that. We asked a simple question, which is east. If you're a villager who have local presence of mind, you know which is east, which is west, which is north. Or simple question is that 10 feet or 100 feet or 1,000 feet? So simple questions like that. And we also used to ask about their family background. Do you have a motorcycle? Do you have a tap in your house? How many acres of land? And this was a 30 questions, a questionnaire, and those who got the last, those who failed and got the last 15 we used to take, and it turns out they are extremely, extremely successful. So it has nothing to do, it's, if you give them exposure, that is all that is enough. If you give them exposure, there's no such thing as a smart guy and a dumb guy. There's only a thing or a guy with exposure and guy without exposure. And some of them are still working with me. They are better engineers, and they are involved with me in all my patents. And the turnaround time, they do all the prototypes. The turnaround time for them is just about 15 days, where a conventional engineering company takes about at least 45 days. So we made things from automatic rice transplanter to boats, also the machine that makes the boats, various kinds of things, hundreds of solar energies, multiple things. So I don't want to take up too much time and give you more gyan, but I'd like to share one of my discoveries with you about the most important skill, which is communication. So one of the things I learned was a lot of our people who work with me, especially those who come from the villages, they lack communication skills. When I say that they lack communication skills means, it doesn't mean that they don't know English. They don't know how to speak Telugu. They speak too fast. They speak very fast and you can't understand. Or you ask them a simple question, Adi welding అయిపోయిందా అంటే, సార్ మొన్న సంక్రాంతికి వాళ్ళందరూ ఎక్కడో పోయినరు, రేపు వస్తా అన్నారు, రాలేదు. I'm not. Simple question is, if you ask them a question, they are jumping ahead and giving the excuse of why it did not happen. It doesn't happen in the United States. It doesn't happen in any professional environment in Wipro. If you ask, is it done? They say it's not done or it's done. So none of the people, 99% of the people in our country, in our villages, do not know professional communication in any language. So these are some of the skills you can spend in the spend on weekends. Take a group of 15 people and teach them those communication skills. So I'll end with a small discovery that I made. I think I made it, probably a lot of you realized yourself. So one of the things I realized is when you're speaking to someone, and those of you who went to United States probably know this well, they speak slowly. There's a gap between each word. Now there's a direct correlationship between how much gap between each word and their confidence and their people's ability to believe in them. So if someone speaks very fast, which means he's very nervous, and the public can perceive it. But if someone speaks slowly, then he's speaking with confidence. But not only that, even you, when you're speaking to your boss and you're afraid, the same me, if I'm speaking to someone above me, I speak little faster. If I speak to a child, I speak little slower. If I am angry, I speak little faster. If I'm nervous, I speak. But if I'm calm, I speak. With my friends, I speak with gaps between the words. With people I don't like, I speak faster. So this is a simple trick in speaking, which most, especially when we come across juniors, they speak so fast that you can't even understand. So that's my little discovery I'd like to share with you, and thank you for the opportunity.